Hi, I'm Georgianne Bender, and I am here in Antioch, Illinois at Hannah's Home Accents, an independently, wonderfully run independent retail store. Full disclosure, I've known the Marskis who own it for many, many years, and it's a great store with lots of great examples, so let's come on in and talk merchandising. So here we are. First, we're walking through the front door, and you know the drill about that, right? As we walk inside the front door of the store, there's a space that we come to first. It's called the Decompression Zone. The Decompression Zone is the first 5 to 10 feet inside the front of the store, depending on the size of the store. And you can see from here that they have a rug on the floor. It's about a 5 by 8 rug, 3 by 5 rug that shows exactly what the Decompression Zone is. Now what happens is a customer walks in the front door of the store, and within about 10 seconds they make a value judgment about whether it's a good place to be or it's not a good place to be. In this case, it is. Now, the first thing you see when you walk past the Decompression Zone, and by the way, its job is just to slow the customer down so that they can transition from what's going on outside to what's going on inside the store. The first display that you see when you come inside the Marski store at Hannah's is this wonderful old farm dresser that's got different flower arrangements on it. It's got some wall gallery art on it. This is called a speed bump. There's another speed bump directly ahead of me right here that's showing Easter merchandise. The job of a speed bump works the same way that speed bumps in parking lots work. They slow customers down. And you want to make sure that whatever you put on your speed bumps, it's cross-merchandised. It's a variety of products. So you just don't want to stack the same thing on there. You want different things because you want customers to be intrigued. Well, I want one of these, and this goes too. So you're showing them an assortment of product. Also at the front of their store, we have apparel, ladies' apparel. And you'll notice that the displays here are all on what are called waterfall brackets. Waterfall brackets do two things. They show the front of the garment pretty well. The other thing they do is because they're slanted, the customer subliminally looks up and down as well as forward. And as a result, the customer sees more of the merchandise that's displayed on the rack. Now they also use straight arms in their apparels, and these on their apparel fixtures, and that's good too because straight arms allow you to get a lot of merchandise out in a smaller amount of space. But you'll see as we go around the store, on the walls, there's lots of these waterfall brackets because you want the customer to look up and down at the merchandise as well as forward. Mixed in among the apparel racks, they have a huge jewelry department here at Hannah's. Mixed in among the apparel, they have what are called, these are called merchandise outposts. Merchandise outposts bring product from other parts of the store to other parts of the store. You're going to be familiar with them at Thanksgiving time. When you walk through the meat department at your favorite grocery store, there's always a display that's a merchandise outpost of the tin pans to cook the turkeys in and the what's the stuff in the can? Cranberry sauce, all the things that you need for Thanksgiving. So what you do is you bring product from its not regular department to a place where customers don't expect to see it. I'm looking at wonderful apparel. Oh look, I can get some jewelry and a handbag at the same time. Let's walk through here. More merchandise outposts, some great displays up on top. And more jewelry outposts. Let's walk now back toward the central aisle of the store. They're just coming off of a clearance sale because you have to get rid of merchandise at the end of a season. If you're packing boxes and carrying things over from season to season, you're only hurting yourself because it's money that you're stacking away in a box. And it's never going to look as good the next year, so you clear it out so you can reuse those dollars. This is a very well-signed clearance area. It's got the red. Red in signing means sale, buy me. They have a great deal here. Buy two, get a top for a penny. And it's merchandised well. It's not just thrown onto shelves. It's great merchandise. It's still viable merchandise. It's still merchandise in Chicago you can wear because it's still cold here. But it looks like any other display in the apparel department. Now, one thing that I love that they do in this store that I don't see in a lot of stores is that they theme their displays. So you look at this colorful display, it's soaps and it's body lotions and it's hand soaps It's got a great sign here that's easy to read. You know, we talk about signing. You need to take the age of your average customers and divide it in half, and that's the smallest size font you can use in your signing. Well signed, and it's a professional sign. So this table, I look at this and I think, you know what, here's all these cool things for my bathroom. I don't want to buy just this, I need this and this and this. Great cross merchandising. Walking past the jewelry department here. Here's Jane. Oh, just smile. Jane owns the store. It's a brilliant merchant. Here she is marking a little Pandora. My partner in crime is not with me today. Today my photographer is my husband. So Rob, as we're walking through here, there's a couple things in here that, you know, I might want. Take note of that for later. Here's another great example of merchandising and telling a story. So we're in Antioch, Illinois, which is not too far from a lot of lakes. A lot of people out here boating, summer. There's a cottage kind of feel, so they have a lot of themed merchandise, and it's placed together. Cute stuff. I also like the fact that they're using these displays to show the garments full-faced. People like to see that. It's good you need to have them this way to bulk them out, but it's good to show them full-faced. Let's come on over here. Another theme display, and I also like how they've used this fixture that really matches the type of merchandise that's in here. There's the coloring is the same. They've added placemats to make sure that the merchandise pops, so that, you know, you're not just seeing glass shelves. And again, cross-merchandised. Put some green down there. Cross-merchandised so the customers can see a variety of merchandise. And as we walk through the store, we'll see lots of those displays. In fact, every one of the displays that they have is a themed cross-merchandise. This one is I like this. I like big mutts, and I cannot lie. Here's one over here. Got the Packers. My photographer here is a big Packer fan. Look at the color in this. Glass balls, some wooden accessories. It's you know what? Lots of things can be fixtures. This happens to be a dining room table that they probably picked up in an antique store. You can use found items for display pieces. You don't always have to use chrome and metal display fixtures that you buy from fixture companies. Be a little creative. Use something like that. Basic shelving. Nicely signed. Two more I want to show you over here. More of a gardening theme because we're getting into their floral department. This store is known for its florals. But look how nice that is. And notice that there's merchandise placed underneath the display as well. You can use all sorts of space around your displays. But what's nice about this is that if I'm walking through with a shopping cart, if I'm pushing a stroller, if the store is crowded, I'm not going to kick anything because if there's not so much piled underneath that it makes it hard to shop. It's still easy to shop and it shows great goods. Same thing with this display back here towards the wall. The other thing that they do that's kind of cool, they fill in the space on the walls. Now, you will notice lots of times when you go into stores that the space above the wall will have a stripe painted on the wall, or maybe there'll be a saying on the top of the wall. Retailers do that because they want you to focus on the merchandise. And what happens is subconsciously customers will look at that. They look up at the stripe or the merchandise up here. They realize that's where the product ends and they focus more down here. What we like about what they've done here is that they have display fixtures of different heights, different kinds of display fixtures, and it forces the eye to look up and down at all this great themed merchandise. It's easy to shop, it's fun to look at. The big thing right now that people are talking about in store layout is treasure hunt. That I'm going to come into a store and I don't want to see all the product lined up like soldiers. Customers like to look through the different displays. They like to look through the cross merchandising. They want it to be like a treasure hunt, that they're going to find that really important piece that they can't find anyplace else because they've had to look at all the displays. This is their floral department. I love how they've broken up the gondola type fixtures with this farm table in the center showing product. And again, as I come in here, I'm surrounded by color, and they have the colors kind of separated. So if I want lavenders and lilac flowers, I'll find them here. If I want lemons and sunflowers, I'll find them there. So it's just a great great pop of color. Come on back here toward the wall. Every place you look, there's one of these cross merchandise displays, merchandise outposts, showing cool product. Let's come down here now. As we walk through the gondolas. So in each one of these aisles, let's see if we can come down here a little bit. In each one of these aisles, you'll see flowers, accessories, pots, all the things that you need to make your house a home, to make the decor, to make the floral arrangement. That's what you want to do. You want to make sure that customers can pick up more than one thing. Now let's leave this area. Sale rack. Let's leave this area and come into the front part of the store. We're going to find more of these merchandise displays. Look at this table over here. If you're looking for fixtures for speed bumps, you can't get anything better than stacking tables. This one happens to have 3 different heights of tables. You can put them in any kind of configuration. They're really versatile. They're different heights. Great way to show product. And let's come up to the front of the store. Again, everywhere you look, there's color, there's height, there's wonderful display pieces. Everything is cross-merchandised. You can't just walk through this store and see item, 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 item. As I said, it's a treasure hunt. There are things that I absolutely have to stop and take a look at. Of course, right in the front window, they have all the flags for outside, and they have all the things that you can hang in your trees, and the wind chimes, and all of those things. They had a fan on this, I turned it off. There's also unique things that you can't see. You can't sell something like this in a box. It has to be hung up. So, that's merchandising 101 in a great store. We want to make sure that you always set your floor to sell, that you're always thinking about the customer experience. If you've heard Rich and I say that once, you've heard us say that a gazillion times. It's all about the customer's experience and what happens when they enter your store. You want it to be fun, you want it to be exciting, you want it to be a treasure hunt, and you want them to buy more than one thing. So, until next time, I'm Georgianne, and I'll see you soon.